Hi there. Today I want to talk about a common question that I get from clients or people who are exploring career coaching, and that is, how am I going to land a job if I've been out of the workforce for a while? And there can be lots of reasons why people do this. It could be something medical, taking care of family, children, or older parents, really anything, a break in life to go travel. Sometimes that happens that people take a little hiatus from the work world and then need to return at a certain point. And there can be a lot of thoughts around that, like how do my skills transfer? Is anything I've been doing during this break relevant? Will people think that it's been so long that I can't do what I was doing before? And I wanted to address that because it's probably more common than you think that people take career breaks. So you're not alone if this is you. And let's talk about how to return to work and get back into the job market without super stressing out, because career breaks don't really have to become major career barriers. I've helped, with the help of my team, many professionals successfully re-enter the workforce after an extended absence. And together we've developed kind of a framework and some tips and strategies to help people do this. We had a client, Amanda, for instance, who had been out of the workforce for a while raising children, and she'd been out of the workforce specifically for 7 years. And when she came to us, she'd been applying to jobs, but not landing any interviews. And she was starting to get really worried. But with the tips that I'm about to share with you, we kind of transformed her approach and put a lot of strategy into it, and it also resulted in her feeling more confident. And then within 6 weeks, she had 3 interviews. So I want this to happen for you. A career break doesn't have to be a big problem in your job search. It's about positioning yourself in the right way. So it's always helpful to understand what you're up against. So let's talk about the specific barriers that return to workers face. First of all, the applicant tracking systems could just look at a resume and see an employment gap and just pop you out of the application process. Hiring managers might kind of subconsciously assume that your skills aren't as strong as they were when you were last working in a certain job. Industry practices evolve rapidly during your absence, and there might be new ways that things are done, new terminology. And one of the biggest things is maybe confidence. Your confidence might have taken a hit during the extended break, particularly if, like Amanda, you've been applying to jobs and not getting any positive feedback. That's super hard. So, we're going to help you overcome that. And then also, professional networks are kind of sleepy. While you're not working in a professional job, you might not be out on LinkedIn connecting with people all the time and having coffees, etc. So, but I want to share with you the key insight, which is really that the barriers are mostly perceptual and not reality based. Your core capabilities are probably intact and even enhanced by the break that you took. So the challenge is to really overcome these incorrect perceptions and break back into the market. So step one is about reframing your break, and that can be both for future employers, but also for yourself. We get stuck in certain modes and we tend to be really hard on ourselves. So let's be really positive about your own skills and what you're bringing to the table. So you want to transform your break from a liability into a valuable experience. So what skills did you actually develop while you were on your break? For one thing, you can frame caregiving as project management, I'm sure conflict resolution, probably resource allocation. So many things go into caring, whether it's for older family members or younger family members. There's lots of transferable skills at work that we just take for granted. Also, volunteer work counts. You use professional skills in volunteer work and you're delivering towards results. So you want to include that, and oftentimes that can be the piece that connects the gap in your printed and online materials like LinkedIn and your resume. And you want to spend some time just sort of thinking about how you can connect these recent experiences to your target role. Number two is to control the narrative. So you want to be kind of proactive in how you're talking about your break so that the employers aren't just filling that like space in their head with, oh, this person hasn't had a job in ages or something like that. You want to go straight at it. So developing a brief and positive explanation of your career break, no apologies needed. You want to keep it forward focused. This is where I am today, and this is where I'm really excited to be, rather than digging into the past. And your discussion about what the break is, your definition of the break should be delivered confidently in less than 30 seconds. If you keep on talking, it sort of waters things down and oftentimes brings up gaps for questions. And then you want to quickly pivot to your value proposition after you address the gap. So what you did, what you were doing, and if you're comfortable sharing it and it's appropriate, why, and then what you're going towards and how you see your skills transferring forward. So step three is to kind of weave your transferable skills and your integrated learnings throughout the application. So in many different ways. So in LinkedIn, you can talk about the key skills that you developed during your gap. You can talk about volunteer work chronologically folded into your experience. You can reference growth moments in interviews if that's relevant, and you want to position your return to work as really intentional, as an intentional professional decision to go kick some ass. So you want people to be right there with you in that positive feeling. Then next, you want to bridge the skills gap. So research what's happened in your field while you've been gone. Make sure you're up to date on current terminology and anything that's relevant with the way work is done now. You might want to complete a certification or do some kind of reskilling activity. That can be so short if it's something online, but it sort of demonstrates that you are current in your skills and understanding of the work. One thing that's super helpful is conducting informational interviews with people in the field you're in. That will get you kind of warmed up to the interview process, and also you'll learn a ton about what people are talking about in your work right now. Um, Again, document your learning journey on LinkedIn and on your resume. And if you have a portfolio, you can develop something like that. So you want to finally optimize your return to work path. So don't just focus on traditional applications, consider formal return to work programs, which there are in many different townships, cities, and counties around the country. Project or contract work or sort of side hustle work could get you in the door. So keep an open mind in terms of how you're going to get your next move and get your career cranking again. Part-time roles can really expand quickly, and it can be a great way to grow your career. Remote positions that have a lot of evaluation on productivity can help again to let you grow fast. And then you want to reconnect if possible with previous colleagues, previous employers, and kind of start energizing that network from the ground up. So the bottom line is, if you've taken a career break, there are so many things you can do to crack the job search today. It starts with confidence. It starts with a belief in yourself. It starts with a certainty that someone is out there waiting to hire you for the skills you're bringing to the table today. I'm 100% confident that is true. We would love to help you if you want some more answers or advice on how to make this return to work smooth. But subscribe to our channel for more tips and feel free to either book a free discovery call with us or go to our website, hmscareercoaching.com, for lots of free resources under the resources tab. Have a great day.